All right, guys, well, I'm back today talking about my go-to 5.56 rifle suppressor, and it's actually not a 5.56K, and we are looking at the Dead Air Lazarus, and this is the Lazarus 6, which is a 6mm bore rather than a 5.56. Now, for me, this is my go-to 5.56 can, and I'm honestly not recommending anything other than this can right now, personally, because of a few different things. One, durability. This thing is 3D printed out of Haynes 282, which is an incredibly durable material. There is awesome barrel restriction lengths on here. I mean, you can drop this down pretty short, and you can check out Dead Air for all the exact specs and features on that, but it's also FA rated and really handles heavy fire incredibly well. On top of that, that Haynes 282 is 3D printed in their Triskelion baffle system, which is a low back pressure system, which does an incredible job of mitigating the back pressure, a very real problem with a standard 5.56 can. One of the reasons why I don't necessarily recommend 5.56 cans or don't use them a lot is because of the added and increased back pressure to the AR system and gas back in your face. This completely mitigates that. Another reason why I like to recommend something like a 30 cal can on a 5.56 is that bore diameter is a little bit larger, so if something comes loose on the can itself and starts to walk loose, you have much less of a chance of getting a baffle strike before you catch the fact that your suppressor is running loose. So the Lazarus 6 has a slightly larger bore diameter over a 5.56, giving you a little bit more forgiveness for bore concentricity, as well as things coming loose to prevent more baffle strikes. Now, I also love the fact that this is hub compatible, and the hub compatibility means on the back of the can you'll actually see the muzzle adapter right here, and that threads into the hub compatible threads. Now, those hub compatible threads have become an industry standard, and Dead Air is using them on this. So if you don't want to use a Dead Air chemo mount, you can throw a direct thread adapter on here, AAC 51 tooth, a Surefire adapter from B&T, or even a gate lock suppressor adapter from Griffin Armament to clamp this onto a standard A2 birdcage flash hider. The size is not overly large, but it's got a great tone on a 5.56, and you can step this up to a 6mm arc if you got a precision build. But in summary, the Lazarus 6 checks all the boxes. It's a very great can for the money, incredibly durable, very modular with the hub threads, low back pressure. I absolutely love it, and it works great on a ton of different ARs, and that's why the Lazarus 6 is my go-to 5.56 can. Now, this video is part of a series where we talk about suppressors in 2025, and it's your job right now to make sure the Hearing Protection Act passes. It's already passed Congress. Now it actually moves to the Senate. We need your help to call your senators so we don't have to pay that unconstitutional tax and register these. But as of 2025 and as the time of filming, we still have to do it. So check out my whole video series explaining everything about suppressors, because now's a good time to grab them, even if the Hearing Protection Act doesn't pass, because the wait times are incredibly low. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.